Hey everybody, this is Bill Bradford, and thanks for joining a special episode of the Samuel's Market Update. This week, there's international news as the FDA has recently granted permission for a genetically modified salmon. So I'm here today with two of my favorite people. We have Joseph Las Brigada, who is a marine biologist and been with Samuel's for 25 years. He's the VP of New Product Development, and the always charming Adrian Diaz, one of our favorite sales reps. So, Joe, I know you just got done speaking with a real reporter, but I wanted to ask you, someone who's been following the story for a few years now, what do you think of any possible controversy, and what exactly are they farming here?
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me. So what we're talking about here is the first genetically modified animal that's available for commercial sale. And it's been approved by the FDA. So that's pretty big news because it's the first time. So the product we're talking about is a type of salmon. What they've done is they've taken the genes from an Atlantic salmon, which we're all very fond of and know very well. They've taken the genes from a king salmon, which is a Pacific species, and also incorporated the genes of the ocean pal. So what does that mean? So the Atlantic salmon is our number one farm-raised fish. We sell more of that product than anything. So it's a very popular product that appears on everybody's menu.
Okay.
All right, so everybody likes the taste of that. So now we're incorporating a king salmon, which is the largest of the salmon family. So that's where we're going to get the size. And they've incorporated the ocean pal genes because that's going to give it the speed of growth. So now with those three gene pools incorporated, you've basically created a fish that is going to grow twice as large and twice as quickly. So economically, you can produce more salmon more quickly at a lesser price. So that's what they're shooting for here.
Okay, so there's definitely some positives in this news for the seafood industry and the general public as well.
Well, it depends on your viewpoint. I mean, guess what? Is there some concern? I'm not necessarily concerned, but you should educate yourself on what's actually going on here. First of anything, ramifications, things like that. People should understand what they're eating. They should know what they're eating. They should know about what's going on. And it's the first time of anything, so, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of information out there that I think sometimes people, it gets past people. Now, speaking of getting information the right way, Adrian, you've been in seafood here for a while, and you're one of our, like I said, favorite sales reps. What will you be communicating to your customers about this news, and if they ask you any questions about it?
It's more so educating the consumer and customer on what the product actually is. We will not be seeing this in the market for another 3 to 5 years, but it's very important for raised aquaculture systems to exist. And as Joe said, the speed of growth implementing that one species will assist us in taking off the demand of king salmon. It's only available X amount of months out of the year, so it will assist in that nature.
Do you think it could be popular with some of your chefs that you have now?
Definitely.
Potentially.
Potentially, as long as it's going to be a sustainable and responsibly raised product, which it is, because it will be an on-land.
Right, it's tank-raised product, so it's not going to impact the environment. Won't impact any indigenous species.
It's in a controlled environment, which also will then have year-round availability because you have climate controls. So come winter, you're not going to have any issues when it comes to production.
And I think more importantly, it's going to take the pressure off the wild stocks. You're going to have this really large fish, which hasn't been available via aquaculture before, which now will be available, which might be attractive to perhaps even sushi chefs.
Absolutely. And one thing, Joe, you said that I really agree with is it is the first genetically modified animal, but we've been doing this with produce. I mean, it's not something that's completely new.
Right. Well, we've been modifying things since man's been on Earth, but we do it through selective breeding. The difference here is that we're splicing genes in the laboratory and accelerating the whole process.
Well, like you said, there's just a tremendous amount of positives here, and I want everyone to get as much information as they can. If you want to speak with your sales reps, we're always here. But I think that's a lot of great information. I thank both of you guys for joining me. Pretty good-looking crew we have this week. So,
Especially because you're here.
oh, thank you. I think I was leaning more toward you on that one. But there you have it, some of the best in the business explaining some big news this week. But I will remind you that, remember, we're not broadcasters, we're fish people.